What's going on, guys? I'm the gaming zombie. I believe I'm live right now. Yes, we are. Alright, so I'm right now I'm inside of a like a private lobby playing with my second character. So I'm gonna just switch to that. I have two robloxes running at the same time. So I'm fused. You don't know, cause see, I can switch off and then just switch back if I want to. See, just like that. So I found a new way how to level up, and it's so useful because it's just fast and efficient. So I'm gonna be doing missions on my main laptop because this is the character that's assigned me. So you might not like understand what quest I'm doing, but it's all good. Because I got the stream up. It didn't even take that long too, which was really impressive. Now I'm actually using my desktop to stream, which seems to be working a lot better. So let's just hope that everything's Gucci with that. Let's see, we have no problems. The game seems to be running smoothly too, so that's good. Oh yeah, we're like actually pretty high level too. Like 194. We're so close to getting to space. I wanted to make this video because I want to start going live because I want to help you guys level up, but I also want to mention this new Dragon Ball Z Broly movie that I just went to see today. I gotta say, guys, it was amazing. Like, I was blown away when I saw it, and I honestly don't think that I've seen such a good movie ever since I don't know, like if you compare it to this series, I think it's just way more like it was. A lot of people put a lot of time into it, and I know it must have took those animators so long just to release this. It's been such a while since we actually gotten to see a Broly movie. If you don't know when the last one was released, it was actually released in hold on one second. Sorry about that. Alright, so Dragon Ball Z Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan was released in 1993, which is about 7 and 18. So that was pretty much like 21 years. No, not 21. It was like, yeah, I don't know actually. So 7 years, and then it's 2019 right now. That was released 26 years ago, guys. That's the last time that we seen a Broly movie, and I gotta say, this movie was sick. Like, wow, it was just it blew my mind away. Like, it was really good, guys. And if you haven't seen it already, you really should try to take a peek at it. You know, get some tickets. The movie's really good, and it was worth watching. Aside from that, we're gonna do some quests. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm actually leveling up so fast. So if you didn't just see a second ago, I just leveled up my. Right now I'm controlling the Namekian side, and I think in another hour or so I have the time chamber unlocked again because I used it last night, so it should be unlocked in like another hour or so. So when that's ready, I'll hop in there and start leveling up my characters each individually. So alright, so we just gotta kill these Namekian, these rogue Nameks. Alright. Sweet, we killed those, took care of these people. We handled business. You already know, we handled business. Alright, so let's see. Hold on one second, I'm trying to check the chat and such. Alright. Ah, sweet. So we got him. That's pretty easy. Why is he like drifting? Oh, I thought he was just gonna keep on drifting that way. That I might have glitched him. Alright. So, a couple of things. I'm not gonna do any spoilers on the movie, but they do reveal why King Cold isn't seen fighting anymore. So they have information on that, which hasn't been known by lots of fans for quite a while now, and it sort of talks about that in the beginning of it, and then right after that we get to see like brief moments of like all of the Super Saiyan timeline, and it gives us a more in-depth view about what actually happened back before Frieza blew up the planet, and sort of like how their lifestyle happened, like what they did. And then it also shows about like how these Saiyans would raise their children in pods, and that's not really a spoiler. I mean I've seen that inside of D.B.Z, and it just shows, it goes to show you what the childhood was like, and it's actually really funny too, because I saw the whole movie, and then I saw the older Broly movie, and I sort of compared them to, and I found it interesting. It has a really cool ending to it, and it's not like where Broly just goes on a rampage and kills everything. It's more like a happier ending, and I like how Akira and the whole team made this awesome ending. Like it was just a really good way to promote Broly, in a sense where he's not seen as this really bad character, and it's funny because I never really thought that Broly was like a good person on the inside, but it kind of shows what he was thinking as he was getting raised by Paragus, and what that experience was really like for the something, who knows, long years that he was stuck on that planet. And it kind of goes to show you how that Paragus seemed to be one of the few corrupt people in the actual movie, and I like that a lot. Like, to be honest, I think that showing what he went through and how he thought that revenge was kind of like more twisted than what King Vegeta had for him. I mean, like, he tried to everybody knows that King Vegeta tried to spare Paragus and his son, but Paragus wanted to get revenge. So so Akira Toriyama kind of sticks with that, and I like that. But as we know, there is tons of plot twists in this movie, and and I already finished that quest. Alright, so there's tons of, like, it's a different plot twist, you know, and I feel like that's what really made the movie so much better than than what we've seen in the older movies, like where Broly, he always lives on, like he's the legendary Super Saiyan. Like, I like that a lot, and I get to see that in a sense where it shows me how powerful this character is, and how his strength allows him to carry on and to live in a different lifestyle than what he's actually portrayed as. So I like that a lot. I like how they made changes to Broly. I like all the changes he made, and the movie was just great in general. I loved it. So alright, so aside from the Dragon Ball movie, forgot to mention that Final Stand actually came out with a new update. Woohoo, Snake World, where have you been, my man? It's been like since what, Christmas that you made an update? Damn, that's a long time ago. Alright, so they made a new update, and they have now they have they have this new world called Secret World, and if you're level 350, you can go there and do quests and fight this guy named Frieza, or it's kind of similar to Frieza, but is with instead of the E, it's an A, and he's said to be like the most powerful person ever. He's really hard to kill unless you got like beans, and if you use reds, he's pretty easy to kill, but you still gotta be 350, and I feel like it was kind of generous for Snake to add this world because of how difficult it is to get from 300 to 400 in future. So I like that update, and I just wanted to let you guys know that, because when I came back in the game, I was leveling up from 350 all the way up to 400 without using the secret world trick or the secret world in general. Like it was pretty hard. I mean, all my characters are leveled up through future and future only. So it was nice to see how Snake added this in and how useful it really is. And it is difficult, really challenging in a sense that gives players frustration as it would for a feature, but it does give you a huge level boost, and it should be able to get you into tournament power a lot faster. And I don't know why Bird keeps on spamming me. I think Snake added that because I've never seen Birder actually rush people before, so that is pretty interesting in itself. Alright, I'm gonna check my level right here as I'm flying. Alright, so we're already almost past the cap. We have a 5 level gap for fusion, and the reason why I use fusion in general is because ever since the androids came out, I feel like it's been a really big boost to the gameplay in general. Like it gives an easier experience for all the players, in a sense where it just allows you to level up faster by using the melee strength that they have, and this ability to recover ki without even charging. It's a really good boost, and I mean I would trade over a Saiyan for it, because androids do have these two abilities. They get a point to like every one of their stats, and they just seem to be a lot stronger in tournament power, especially if you're a bean user. And if you do that, I thought that if you combine a Namekian and an android, that you could get something really cool, because Namekians usually have a really high ki and androids have a low ki. But I decided to also put in a lot of stats for the melee for both characters, because I wanted to see how high I could actually bring my melee. And eventually, one point, see, this is 925, right? Eventually, one point, when I use these beans, like right now, you're gonna see it goes up to 1452, and if I spam 1979. Yeah, like that's super high. I just took Birder's health by like 1.5, and I'm only level 190. What is it? 191. Yeah, it's insane, guys. Like, and especially if you're in this fusion, I feel like in fusion, if you use beans, it's a lot easier to use, and they don't just go away right away. Yeah, like it lasted pretty much like 15 seconds. Alright, so let's wait for Birder to respawn. That is the last quest for both of them, just to let you guys know, as I double check. There actually might be one other quest, and I'm guessing that it's the hard Frieza soldiers to kill over, and where the Ginyu Force mission is. So I'm gonna go check that, and if we're done with that, then I guess we can call it a wrap for Namek. Alright, let's go head on over there and check it out. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to point out, guys, is that by using fusion, there's lots of factors that change depending on what character is the main. I like to call it the main character of the fusion, because it all depends on who presses Y first. So I did this experiment by using both my computers, and after that I found out that each kind of fusion, or each main character, is determined by who presses Y second. So if let's go into another game, right? And we'll see right now. Alright, so I'm loading in on the game right now. Alright, so peep this. Alright, so I'm gonna join my character, and then right after this, oh god, so I kind of glitched on my screen. Alright, so I'm gonna press Y first. I'm gonna press Y first on my Namekian, and after that I press Y on the Android. So Y. So it seems to be that the first person that presses Y is usually the one that's not the main character. It could be the other way around, but I'm gonna just recheck that real quick. See if I leave there. Alright, and this is actually a funny glitch too. Sometimes you get stuck in the fusion, or sometimes you could get in the fusion and even do this. Alright, so peep this. Alright, this guy is obviously being annoying. Let's take care of him. Yeah, you don't like it, right? Get over here, boy. Oh, I missed him. Let's get him real quick.
Oh, bro. I'm hungry.
Alright, so I'm joining this server right now. Sorry about that. I'll do something quick, but I'm back right now. That is so annoying. This dude keeps annoying me. Alright, so I press Y on my Namekian first, and then, yo, this dude wants some smoke. Alright, you ready to die? Alright, there you go. Alright, so, sorry, I wanted to bully that guy for a second. Alright, so if you end up fusing with someone and you are an android, I recommend telling them to press Y first, and then you gotta press Y right after, because the second person to press Y is the main person to take over the fusion, and they're gonna look like them, they have more traits like them. If you pick if you have an android in the fusion and you decide not to pick the android, and you decide not to look more as the android, I recommend that you don't choose that, because that fusion is gonna turn out to not be able to absorb ki, and that's something that you want to be able to do. So if you don't end up doing that, it's your decision. But if you're not an android, then I recommend that you don't do that, because you won't be able to actually absorb ki. So that's another thing that is important for fusion and for the leveling in this case, because each fusion is going to turn out however the main person is. And I mean, like, sometimes if you fuse with two characters, one is going to look a lot cooler. Like, no lie, one is going to look a lot cooler. So we're gonna check out. So after that, we're gonna check out here. No, there's nothing in there. All right, so we got an hour left. All right. Let's see if we're ready for the other character, for the Namekian. I kind of want to see what happens if I go to Elder Kai and I ask for the level ups again. I wonder if I have enough levels. Yeah, I'm only 191 on the Android. This does not seem to be too good. Alright, so I only spent about 30 minutes in the time chamber. That means if one of them is an hour apart and the other one is an hour 30 minutes, then you know that one of them spent an hour longer than the other two with the 30 minutes. Alright, let's see real quick. Let's see what quest we could do to get some Zenny. Alright, so let's try the Majin quest real quick. Alright, we're gonna switch over to Android. And of course the Android's right over here. Android is personally my favorite. This guy's Prestige 3 too. I actually have a Prestige 3. That's my saying. If you guys want to, I can go and show you guys him, what he's like. Let's see, Majin quest, we need to do that real quick. Is it actually? It might be lagging. Alright, it seems to be going well, I guess. Maybe it's just lagging for my laptop. I'll refresh the page. Just want to make sure that everything's going smooth for y'all and that there's like no interruptions or nothing. Alright, so let's see where we headed to. We're headed to androids. Or no, we headed to this quest. I think this might be the Cyberman quest. Yeah, it is. Alright, so this will give us a good 1,000 Zenny and a good 20,000 XP. After we do this quest, I'm planning on visiting Elder Kai and see if we can get some level ups for this android. Oh yeah, these dudes actually have a, if I'm not mistaken, they actually have a resistance to key. Ooh, I kicked his face off his head. Oh yeah, so whenever you see, it seems that whenever you go to a private session, that beans don't seem to last, beans seem to last a lot longer. This is actually pretty strange. But could it be that they have a stronger effect? No, they don't. Wow, my speed seems to dramatically increase, or seems to have dramatically increased. Not bad. Alright, we got 6 more left. Can't wait to go to future. I can't wait to go to space, actually. Ooh, super gun. It's crazy. My Android is Prestige 2, and it still does like 500 damage. Or for melee damage. It's pretty cool whenever I use beans for it, because it increases the power by so much. Alright, we got this guy left. Alright, we did it. Let's go check in with Elder Kai, see how much levels we get from him. I hope it's a decent amount. It could be, might not. We are unsure, so we will check. Alright. Isn't this Elder Kai? Yes, it is. Alright, let's see, how much? Alright, we got 1 level so far. See, can we get another one? Nope. Got another level though. Alright, worth it. It's 100K. Alright, so we're actually 4 levels apart, are we? Nah, we're actually 3 levels apart, so I might be able to use this for the Namekian as well. Let's see if we can try to use this for the Namekian. See how many levels we can actually get. Alright, we might be able to get to 197, considering that we are already 196. Alright. I knew it. Sweet. Alright, we're 197. That's perfect. Actually get some beans real quick. We get some greens. We got 2 of those. There you go, we got 16 beans. Oh yeah, and I didn't even realize that we didn't even do that mini quest. So let's go do some for the Namekian. We're gonna take care of Android 18 and 17. Alright, we can actually get 3K from this quest. Alright, 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, so we are able to take care of the androids, and now we got 3,500 Zeds.